Welcome to Aston Bryan College Animal Management Department. Aston Bryan is the UK's largest land-based college. Our main campus is here. We also have additional campuses at Newton-Rigg, Middlesbrough, Saltaire, Wakefield and Newcastle. We offer progression routes from entry-level right through to master's degrees. This video is going to talk to you about what our Level 2 and Level 3 offer is. That's a Level 2 Technical Certificate and Level 3 Technical Diploma. It also gives you information on careers and where that qualification can lead. If you're 16 to 19, you'll undertake what's called a study programme. So that's made up of the vocational qualification, otherwise known as the main aim. So for us, that's the technical. You'll also work on your English and maths. If you haven't yet got the grade 4 or grade C, then that will include a reset of those qualifications. Another important part of the programme is your work-related experience. It really gives you an opportunity to understand the industry that you're going to go and take part in. If you're a Level 2 or a Level 3 Year 1, you'll do 150 hours. And if you're a Level 3 Year 2, you'll do 350. Another thing that you'll undertake is what's called independent study. This will be tasks which could be online or another format that you'll undertake in your own time. Another part of getting you ready for work is we do regular appraisals. This will help you go through your targets, identify the support you need, and update where you are in your programme. In order to enter our Level 2 programme, you do need 4 GCSEs at grade 3, and they should include at least 2 from English, Maths and Science. The Level 2 programme is a 1-year full-time programme where you'd expect to be in college 4 days a week and on placement for the final day. Level 3 is a 2-year programme, and that's equivalent to 3 Science A-levels. To start that programme, you need 4 GCSEs at grade 4, and that would include 2 from English, Maths and Science. The third one shouldn't be any lower than a 3. So, for example, if you had a 4 in English, a 4 in Science, and 2 other 4s, and your Maths was a 3, then you in college 4 days, 3 to 4 days in Year 1, and 3 days in Year 2, which allows you to go out on your placement. In order to get the most out of your placement, we also do 2 block placement weeks, one the October half term and one after Easter. Our second block week is when your placement hours are due to be completed. What does a week in animal management look like then? You'll be in college, depending on your programme and whether you need to resit English and Maths, 3 to 4 days a week in college. You'll be 1 day a week on placement. As I mentioned, that goes up to 2 days a week in Year 2. A mix of practical and theory sessions, so that would include with the keepers, in the wildlife park, in our kennels, as well as classroom-based sessions and computer-based sessions. We also work with an employability department. We have an employability coach who will follow you through your placement, and you'll have a weekly session with an employability member of staff who will help you complete things like health and safety and help you develop your CV or apply for university. All of our pathways have core subjects, which are important for things like transferable skills, or it doesn't matter where you might end up in the animal industry. They include things like animal health, handling, husbandry, biological systems, welfare and breed development, behaviour, business management, and health and safety. Then, depending on which specialist pathway you go, it will depend on what additional modules that you do. So Level 3, it's more general in the first year with some specialism, with far greater specialism in year 2. We offer a number of specialist pathways. So at Level 2, we offer Zone Wildlife and Companion. I'll go through those in more detail in just a sec. And at Level 3, we offer the 4 pathways, so zoo collections, wildlife, companion animals, and animal science. Then, our companion animal care. This very much focuses on dogs, cats, small fluffies, perhaps small reptiles such as bearded dragons, which you might expect to find in the home. Specialist themes include things like animal training, kennel cattle management, exotics, dog grooming. So it's very much focused around things that are specific to the industry or also working towards making your own business. Some of our learners who've completed this course have gone on to do things working in kennel catteries, grooming, animal training, working at rescue centres, things like the RSPCA, behaviourists. They've also gone on to do things, further studies to things like vet nursing. Our wildlife pathway is very much focused on British wildlife species. Your squirrels, birds, things that are very much focused around the UK. Some of the specialist themes that they'll go into are the wildlife ecology and conservation, population surveys, wildlife management and rehab. Some of our learners from this pathway have gone on to work for things like national trusts, on moorlands, working in ecology as park rangers. Quite a number of these learners may go and do some work abroad, perhaps as a gap year, if not longer term, and will often go and study further at university. Animal science is probably our most specialist or specific pathway, and we do look for a generally slightly higher grade in science for this pathway. If science isn't something that you really enjoy at school, then I would say that this probably isn't a pathway for yourself. But it is also the only pathway, if you're not wanting to do traditional A levels, that gives you an opportunity to get into veterinary medicine. Now, a number of the veterinary universities will take students with a good grade in this pathway as well as good GCSEs onto their intro to veterinary med. So that is an opportunity to become a veterinary surgeon. Some of the specialist modules include fundamentals of science in the first year, but then it includes a lot of quite lab work or very practical science in the second year, so including genetics, nursing, cell biology, science investigation, report writing. So very much working towards students who might want to go and study perhaps more pure sciences at university, might go and want to work in lab or research work. Some of our science students will then go on to do a foundation degree in vet nursing and become accredited vet nurses. Other students will go on and do specialist zoology studies at HE. So it's still quite a broad pathway, as much as there's lots of opportunities from it, but it does have a very strong science base. Our final pathway is our zoo and collection. So as the name suggests, it's very much aimed at students who might like to work in a zoo, wildlife park setting. We also get a number of our students who will go and work abroad for this one. We've had students go and work in Australia, Africa, go and do those kind of work. This very much focuses on some of the larger or more exotic species. So some of the specialist things that they'll do include things like estate skills, zoological collections, environmental interpretation. Some of our students in this have gone on to work as zookeepers, rangers, so as I mentioned, conservation. They might go and work in more of a farming industry, as well as welfare officers or into further research. One of the draws of this pathway is in the second year, our students spend one day a fortnight over our partners at Timberland Zoo. That's working with the keepers and doing whatever it is that the keepers are up to. So obviously, as you might imagine, a lot of that will involve feeding and cleaning the animals, but the students who really get stuck in and really assist the keepers will find that they have more opportunity to do some of those different tasks. So that could include things like training the animals or working with them on a more one-to-one basis. All of our pathways and levels are part of a technical suite. So the core modules are assessed synoptically. So that involves an end of year exam, which is worth 40% of the final grade. The first sit of that is in March, but there's a resit opportunity in June. The other 60% is what forms part of what's called a synoptic assignment. So that will be a series of tasks, which could include practical, theory, written, verbal, that will be based around a scenario. And students complete that around Easter time, and that's worth the other 60% of their grade. The optional modules, which come outside of those core modules, are assessed by continuous coursework. So they'll have between 2 and 6 assignments, which they'll complete over the year towards that particular module. And again, they can all be graded at pass merit. All of our students will need a certain amount of personal protective equipment. So all of our learners will need some sort of steel-toe cap footwear. That could include, or will include boots, wellies, niggers, something of that sort. They'll also need an all-in-one coverall. It's recommended our science pathway also have their own lab coats. All our students will spend a certain amount of time in the labs, and lab coats can be hired, but for the science pathway, they'll need them more frequently. We have a number of trips and visits which support the programme. Anything that's mandatory for the course, the college will cover the cost for. Anything that might be helpful for the course or is just for enrichment may carry a cost, but where that is the case, then all of those trips are optional. There is also the opportunity to live on site, so we can house up to 300 learners here at York. Our under 18s will be in half-board accommodation, and will include the en-suite. There are various bursaries and assistance available for that, so it's worth having a look on our website for the information. And 19 plus learners, depending on what qualifications you've done previously in your personal situations, there may be some course fees to pay, or you may need to take out an advanced learner loan. Again, we can look at that on an individual basis and see what might apply to yourself. All of our programs are about progression and keeping those doors open. So whether you do decide to carry on in the animal industry or work on something else, you've got those options. So our level 2 program, within merit, we could move on to level 3. We also have the 2.5, which is usually a bit of a bridging program, which might be to allow them more time to develop their academic skills for level 3, or it might be to progress their employment skills if they're thinking an apprenticeship or employment as their next step. For my level 3, you can progress on to higher education, which we offer a variety of courses ourselves at Ask and Brian. Ask and Brian students, we have dedicated course managers for each of our groups, so somebody who will support the academic side and make sure that students are progressing with their courses. We have a very experienced staff here, so we have a lot of staff who are either from the industry or very proud of our industry facilities. We are fully D licensed and BRs accredited, one of a very small number of colleges in the country who that's the case for. We're also a fully licensed kennel and cattery, and we receive the absolute highest possible award of 5 stars at our VCT. We have an active student union who provide a lot of activities and trips and visits and other things that you can get involved in. We also put on a number of study tours. So those can be local, national, or when available, international. We asked some of our students in the autumn term, I was doing some focus groups, and I said to them, I was doing one of these presentations, and I asked, what would you tell the future students? This is some of the feedback that they gave us. So they were very keen to tell us about the friendly environment, that they're treated like adults, that they're treated as good to talk to, and their course manager is always available to support them. They find the placements a good experience, and that the course itself has lots of practical, hands-on, relevant experience examples. We have a number of enrichment, as I've mentioned, so we do go out to zoos, theme parks, Christmas markets, crafts, and the student union puts on all sorts of different events. So the more involved you get with the student union, the more you'll get. If you'd like more information on any of these things that I've discussed, you can visit our website for more information, but also include information on things I haven't covered, such as learning support, transport, and also you can apply on there. So at the moment, we are doing virtual interviews, so a telephone interview will be conducted with one of our team, and they can go through any details to pair with the best program. Thanks very much for listening, and I would encourage you to visit our website at www.askham-brian.ac.uk for information and to apply.